Hi, it's Cindy Gonzalez here, and today we're going to go through 3 free ways to use Facebook for lead generation. Okay, so today we're going to be going through 3 free ways to use Facebook for lead generation. And at the very end, I'm going to give you exact steps for what to do on your personal page to make over $100,000 your first year in real estate. Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Cindy Gonzalez. I'm a real estate instructor and coach based out of Washington State. And my passion is helping people to create income and influence in the world of real estate. My first year in real estate, I made over $100,000, and I'm here to teach you all of the secrets behind my success. Okay, but today, let's get right into the first one. If you want to go ahead and hit that like button, and let's get into the topic. Do you want to know what the biggest thing with Facebook is as far as a lead gen pillar? The biggest thing is consistency. Now, I will tell you that The Rock, do you know The Rock? Dwayne Rock Johnson. So he's the highest paid actor in the WWE superstar. So Dwayne Rock Johnson once said that success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. And that is so true. Everything's about consistency in this business. Whether it's your Facebook lead gen, your door knocking, your open houses, consistency is key. Remember, this is simple, not easy. So what we're going to talk about on Facebook today, it's important to be consistent. Consistency is going to be your key to greatness. Now, if you want to tell me how consistent are you today, before we go through this video, if you just want to drop down in the comments below, how many times do you normally post to Facebook each week? Is it 0? Is it once? Is it I post 17 times a day? Go ahead and put it down below. I'd be curious to know. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're doing 3 free ways to use Facebook for one of your primary lead gen pillars. At the very end, I'm going to be giving you actionable steps for what you can do on your personal page to really get the word out that not only are you a realtor, but you know your stuff. So stay tuned for that. So in the Facebook world, I like to group Facebook into 3 different categories. We have business, we have groups, and we have personal. And as a realtor, as a new real estate agent, you're going to be dominating those fields. And so what you want to do is you want to take control of each of those in the right way. Let's first dive into business pages. Now, business pages, there's a few different ways to do it. There's ways to do your business page where you can spend a lot of money. And I'm here to tell you, you do not need to spend a lot of money. So some quick free things you can do with your business page. First of all, the name on your business page. Let's make sure that it's succinct. So it could be simple as Cindy Gonzalez Realtor. Let's say that in the future I may want to build a team, or I might want to expand what I do in real estate. Maybe I do Gonzalez Homes. Maybe I take the area I'm in and I become Mason Home Team. Now, the nice thing about your business page is you can always change your name at a later date. So if you expand your horizons, not a big deal, you can change at that point. One of the things you want to put on your business page is client success stories. Now, people love watching people. Kardashians are huge, right? What I like to do is I never put my client's name into my business page unless I've asked them before. But what I like to do is I like to share my client stories. So when we close on a house, instead of just putting congrats to my sellers, congrats to my buyers, I put a story about them. I recently closed a home where the seller had experienced a fire. So she had an old manufactured home that had caught on fire and burned in 15 minutes. Barely made it out alive. It was horrible. The garage had already been permitted as a house on county records. So it was a residential structure. So what she did is she went in and they rehabbed the house. Now, she has the opportunity to sell this house for a whole lot more money than what she purchased the property for. So with that money, she's going to be able to take off a year of her life and spend it with her kids not working. So for her, that's huge. So when I sold the house, what I did is I put in out of the fire. And then I went through her story and I went through how real estate is going to change her life for the better. Now that's a story people get behind. If you just put up congrats to your seller, you may get 1 or 2 likes because they're like, okay, good, you sold another house. But when you really bring the difference you're making in people's lives, and that's what we're all about. We're all about making differences in people's lives. When you get that out to your audience, your future clients, that's what's going to resonate with them. Next thing you want to do on your business page is, let's say you've got a whole day of real estate. You're going to start with an inspection. You're heading out to a septic pump. You might be doing some photos. You're touring houses with a new client. Maybe you've got a buyer consult set up. Do a day in the life. So this is a series of either photos, you can do videos, might just all be words with one photo, but come up with your day in the life. Again, people like watching people, and they think that what we do is incredible. Look at that. There's an entire HGTV channel doing nothing but what we do, right? So people love watching us work. And once they watch you work, you become a star in their eyes. One more thing you can do with your Facebook business page is connect into your groups. If you've got a new listing and you want to share that with the local groups or specialized groups, we'll talk about those in a minute. You can put it on your Facebook page, on your business page, and then you can share it into the group. And at the top of the share, you've got your business page, right? So they can see that this is Cindy Gonzalez, Realtor, sharing the below information. A lot of times they're going to go right back up, click onto you, and that takes them to your business page where they'll communicate with you. You can also do paid advertising from your Facebook page, but at this point, while we're still learning and we're still getting into the groove and we don't have money, we don't want to do paid advertising. That's for down the road. Next up, let's look at Facebook groups. There's 2 reasons you want Facebook groups. One is to belong and the other is to run. So let's look at belonging first. So belonging to a Facebook group. Now, as I belong to Facebook groups, I live in a very rural county. Not only do I belong to the Rumor Network in our county, but I also belong to specialized groups. So I belong to, my county is Mason. I belong to the Mason County Bulletin Board. I belong to the Shelton Community Bulletin Board. I belong to the Hoodsport, Lake Cushman homeowners. Anything that has homeowners, any of the neighborhoods, I try to belong to all of those. Now, I'm not posting content in all of those all of the time. However, they're available for me when I need it. And if I see something come across that I can help with and be that specialist realtor, I'm definitely going to chime in. So sometimes maybe on a community bulletin board, a neighborhood bulletin board, I'll see something, a question that I have an answer to. I love to answer the questions because, again, that gets my name out there. It's a name familiarity. When I have a listing in a certain neighborhood, I can pop that listing into that neighborhood. That gives me credentialing. If I've maybe answered some questions and I'm already a familiar name, and then they see that I'm listing homes in there or that I just sold a home in there, I'm showing a client a new home that's just been listed in there. Maybe I'm holding an open house. Those are the things I'm going to put into the groups. Now, second reason you use groups, and this one we're going to go way in depth. We've got another video right here that I've linked to. And this is where you're going to find a really in-depth 3-part series that goes way into running your own group. But you might want to take up running your own group. I run 4 groups, and out of those groups, I can pick up leads like this. It's like clockwork. Now, it's not an overnight thing. This is not something that will probably happen with you in the next 30 days. But if you start building it today by, again, clicking that link right there, and I'll also drop a link down below so that if you want to watch the rest of this video first, you can find it. But running your own group is really good because you have control and you get to control the content. Now, pages used to be like that, but pages don't get shared as much. Facebook algorithms right now are sharing groups. And so if you put content into a group, it's going to get shared with everybody who said, yeah, I want content right out of that group. So whether that's your own personal neighborhood group or a specialized buying and selling real estate group, that's what you want to do with your groups. Now, third place you want to put some time into Facebook is on your personal page. Do not be a secret agent. Okay, I know, you just got out of the restaurant industry or you just stopped teaching for a living. And why would everybody want to know that now you're in real estate? Because you've already seen 4 of your other friends get into real estate and put it all over their thing. I'm a real estate agent. Drop a line if you know somebody wanting to buy or sell a house. Okay, we need to make sure that all of your friends know that you're a real estate agent, but we don't want to do it salesy. So I have an exact formula that I'm going to share with you on what to do on your personal Facebook page to make sure you aren't coming across salesy. But first, let's talk about your friends on Facebook. Maybe you don't have any friends in the neighborhood. Maybe the friends that you have are kind of out of your area for being able to buy or sell a home with. One of the things I did, because I only had 5 friends, I had 5 friends in my county, and my county is where I wanted to do business. So you know what I did? I went and I looked at my 5 friends' friends. And I thought, who would I want to be friends with? And I just picked some people and I friended them on Facebook. Because, you know, I figured they would want to be friends with me if they knew me. They just don't know me yet. So I started friending people. And you know what? Some people take friends in like crazy. So pretty soon, when I would click on one of my friends in Mason County, I would find that we had 2 friends in common. So I'd go look and I would click on more people. And pretty soon I would have the suggested friends for you. That little, they have like a scroll thing that says suggested friends. Well, pretty soon it would say 2 friends in common, 3 friends in common, 4 friends in common. And I would just click on those. And pretty soon I had over 200 friends in Mason County that I've never known. By using my secret sauce that I'm about ready to share, I was able to become friends with all of these people that have no idea who I am. Are you ready for my exact strategy that I use on my personal page in Facebook? You guys are going to love this. So, first thing I do, remember how I did that Dwayne Rock Johnson quote at the very beginning? The very first thing I do every single day is I make sure that I put a personalized quote up. It might be something that's happening in my life. Maybe it has to do with like what I'm going to kill today at business. But it's going to be something that's positive, uplifting, and just kind of a go-get-em type quote. Now, some of them are about money. Sometimes it's about success. Whatever it is that I'm kind of thinking about in my brain, right? That's my quote. And then instead of talking about it, I write a couple paragraphs, and that's my morning quote. There's a lot of people who tell me that they come to my page every morning for their daily dose of inspiration. The next thing I do on my Facebook page is I make sure that every day I may say something about real estate. Now, this is not the I sell real estate. If anybody knows, anybody looking to buy or sell, please hit me up. No, don't do that. Just don't. Did I say don't? Don't do that. One of the things you can do to share that you sell real estate is you can talk about your day. So you take a photo of a beautiful pond and you put in your comments, on my way to show a client, I was able to stop and just get a piece of this magic. Don't you love where we live? Or maybe you're downtown in the city you live in and you stop and get some ice cream. Do a little blurb about the ice cream shop. Hey, I love coming to Miller's Ice Cream because they have the best vanilla ice cream. Constantly be giving back to your community and then share what you're doing in your daily life with real estate. The other thing you can do is when you're commenting on somebody else's page, use 6 words. 6 words triggers that algorithm with Facebook, and now they feel like you're actually friends. If somebody gets a new haircut and you say, that's beautiful, that doesn't count as friends. If you say, oh my gosh, you look absolutely stunning, that makes Facebook think that you're actually friends, and your posts will show up on their feeds in a much more regular basis. All right, guys, That's 3 free ways to use Facebook as one of your primary lead gen tools. Remember, consistency is key. So if you're going to be using Facebook for one of your lead gen sources, you need to be spending an hour a day on Facebook. Not like scrolling through, seeing what your friends are having for lunch, but dedicated time to Facebook. This is a business. And while this is simple, it's not easy. That means you're going to put thought and time into posting not only consistently, but also with clarity. So, I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. Drop some comments down below. And if you haven't hit like yet, please do that. If you haven't hit subscribe button yet, go ahead and do that now. That'll alert you to our upcoming videos. Remember, my passion is teaching you to build your influence and income in the real estate realm. By keeping up with us, you'll be able to do just that. Until next time, this is Cindy Gonzalez.